Oya yang tiji chis, ta chonang so yang skier. Na jini nyang yo no.
So I say thank you for you. Everybody listen with big ears.
Ta sa che ge shogni che sang ge sa si nyam ge jip chang cha wa she go na da ta nyam bi jistin da o dang. Ta ni targim jong yi jistin dang. Lama ta so ge targim jong kan da lama nami lob jong da jistin jin da ge ga tin ni shong tra la so she na yem mo yo ka na. Ang ga so ti tu ji wang ge sa si targ ge ko ta shog ga ma ra ga dong ji gun ta na song yin.
So if we go very details of the Sakya tradition, how flourish and how degenerate, everything, if we take details, there's many cause and conditions why did this happen and why degenerate, why re-rise, everything, but we have a limited time, so we just, this is enough for abbreviation.
Ngarang ge sa chi lo ji la sta tang da nyam ge yo ge jistin da ya jin yo ge jistin de la amu sa chi yo.
So in my perspective, Sakya's history and the degenerate and re-rising have a unique perspective. I have a unique perspective.
Kada de na khori ge wang tang jerkap ge chapse ge target tang de da yo no to changma galang ge.
So one of everybody knows and says it's relevant with the country's degeneration and rising and some environment everybody knows and says. But it's not only this.
Sakya
they take very seriously what the family land. So in generally, it's not only Sakya, and some families they believe in the family land is come from heaven. For instance, some Pombos also have that kind of perspective. Also, the followers Buddha Shakyamuni, also some families they believe they are come from heavenly. These kind of families, the communities also they have respect and they take us very unique. So in my perspective, many of the Sakya's degeneration has something to do with this family land. So when with rising and flourish also to do with this family land. So even there's in prayers, the prayer the family land. Also in the prayer have there many prayers for this family land is will not break, and I have also will have many of the family members, so on and so forth, there in the prayer.
예사 당 따바 당 동바 인공 왜 친구요.
Whoever is the Sakyapa, they has 99% Sakyapa, they have really have a great respect of this family land, and they have great aspiration and loyalty to this family land.
근데 사실은 동지 가지라 맨날 전전 인랑 냠린이랑 지니 라마야보 지니 징적은 마동 직된 그 반전정 구샤리 있다나 많은 단 가시도.
So some of the Sakya Tanzans, they only practice themselves, but they don't do much activities for the worldly concerns.
가시는 랑이 직접적 직접하장 징적한 어떠나요?
And some of them, they just like actors as like Mahasiddha, which means don't really care about the worldly activities.
또 지디 다 사실 그 머신다고 당 사실 그 추진라 다바 용간 상마 그 공마를 못지 강송나 다나기 진인도로요.
So then, therefore, the Sakya communities and everybody, whatever the Sakya Koma says, they do that.
The Gomang is the family house, yeah?
The Koma means the Sakya Tenzin. The Tenzin is more like
position.
officially, but the Koma is always there. Who is the
아
Koma?
공마대라 인고수 지자고 셔서.
So now I have to explain the Koma, why I tell you.
사실 당신도 감라 표현이.
So when Sakya Dakshin one time travel come region,
사실 그 머신다 당 감속 다바 용간다서 그 공그 그르프요 누실올라 차감사 거라지고요.
so these people who has respect and faith, they doing circumambulations and prostrations to his tent. So what they saying is, what the prayer is, we pray the Sakya Komas and his children. So even the children, they pray. So also they saying we are survived between two komas. Koma meaning is like kin.
It's a palace.
No.
Koma.
Kin.
King.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kin or rule.
Like
Lord. Yeah. So when we say Chinese emperor, we call Janak Koma. Yes, we say they say in Tibet there is Sakya Koma, in China is the Chinese emperor Koma, Janak Koma. So this is seems like translated from Chinese, perhaps. So how they say is Sakya Koma's cell, they call half cell. So I'm not very agree with this. But this is oral custom to say. So also they sometimes are written as well. So the meaning is like the half of the authority of the Mongolian emperor we have. So the most high position in Mongolia they call Koma, but the Sakya Tenzin also they call Koma.
공마 당신 라베도 과랑투 공마 답보 침보 될 거지 대양 단다 그 제보고 도다리 나랑 소고 몰라 답보 잡잖아 안차 있나 답보 잡다 뭐가 쏘고 있나 근데 리롱주 당지 답보도 거인데 따라데
Dakshin means also is similar meaning, which means Dakpo means we are belonging to him, and he is the owner of us, who look after us. That kind of.
다 전전 내려도 아니cấp 거 완전들이.
So Tenzin is temporarily, officially they choose who's the leader.
뭐뭐 나오니나 전전 지기나 그런데 만티강라 처종이 돼야라래.
Long time ago, as long as you choose officially Tenzin, and then you forever enter death.
당선거 다나닌 첨사라도 요리 사치 전전도 논이나 로스면에 생각하고 와서 다 로스면서 로스면 그참 다도 단다 니체 난인로 대표적으로 다 단다지미 지오잡니다.
Only last year they made a new rule, so they're going to Sakya Tenzin officially only 3 years, and then going to change and rotate it.
라 체치 망보지 피해요리.
Also, they made many conditions to how to be.
안당보던 공거동지인바.
The first condition have to be as a family land of the Kon.
니바다 로용토 용케.
The second is they have to have educated.
선바다 냠린 야보 지용케.
The third have to have the good practices.
사체 공마 지고나 근삼 삼친보니 대거도.
Also, to become Sakya Koma, they have to have down big, huge retreats.
가리나 그런 거 돌지 로본지 고고요래. 돌지 로본지나 면송 징이발 고고요래. 와 님바 땅텀캔 땅용캔지 고고요래.
Because he have to be Vaja master, so to be Vaja master, you have to have a lot of retreat done.
다 지금이 지도르 그 민친 동고요래. 지도 민친 당나 로치까지 거 그래.
So firstly, like the He Vajra's retreat to take a half year.
근데 벌박이 민친 동고 그래.
So then Vajakulaya also.
아장 니바당나 양로치까지 거 그래.
If you really good details, then take half year.
작보 지하통관이요.
So at least you have to do 100 days.
이 차지형 섬디 강니 단다 그 가르데나 사제 공마 돈제도 당상 그 첨살바리.
These three conditions, under these three conditions, they choose the Sakya Tenzin is the new role.
제땅이나 gerdan 법정 급감다 오지겠나? 길릭바게 세종디나 gerdan 법정 급감다 오지겠나? 자와 반진이 스텝지 빔촌이 사제 공마 보고라마 참이는 게 체시고.
So according to the Garden Pautang, the Gelugpa institution rules, the Dalai Lama and Panchen Lama is the high, and after that the most high is Sakya Tenzin.
자나가 제라블라 망본제라 송요하리. 보그 신전라 망본제라 레비요하리. 인당 로 자지 나로라 사제 공마가 틀라 인제라 시다 송요마.
So Chinese Danists and emperors, there are many changes. The Tibetan are the same, but the Sakya Tenzin's position didn't change much within 800 years.
소부 원체 시니 민제럽도 야 자나가 민제럽도 그 원체 좀비 아니 갑텔라 너니 장닌다고 있나 사체도 공투 다스고나 라오리 옛날 공투 사체 다스요.
So the Min dynasty could think of Sakya Tenzin as an enemy, but surprisingly they didn't consider it as enemy.
티갑라 공투가 사체가 왕차 랑작다고 지우샤. 다음마 그 보치라 왕질 강차도 요 말이 마도 곰바가 왕차다 추진가 왕차다 랑작가 비요.
So even that time they did let him keep his position, not, of course, not the ruler of the whole Tibet, but the ruler of the monasteries and this tradition, they live as is.
Tani perna min yong le der ko ji jarbo ti kabla janang ni kwanjir bari yong di kabla ya phisa ge zo na wo chi de ta de sa che kong ma li pa par ke phe yo le wa tok tang bo bar yang no ge phe da wo phisa de sa che kong ma
Min Yong Le.
wa ya
So,
jarbo chi min je de kabla
so one of the Min dynasty, the Chinese emperor called Min Yong Le, when he came and he did great offerings to the Sakya Tenzin and great respect. Tinta.
di jini ta de ge chin je rab ka yang sa cha la wang cha rang jak de ya
Also after Qin dynasty, also later Sakya let his own position.
yin na yang amag da ti re jak da re sa cha to ra yo re yin na yang ya re to re yang lo kha shi de ge jini yang che ra nyang so ji di ge da so yang ngom ma ge top tang de so tre tan da wo cha kha shi yong yo
But they sent army and they destroyed a few times Sakya, but then again they rebelled, and when they rebelled, and then they let as before.
tani tanda par de sa cha chen zhen de ji ge po gu la chen chang mi na ge zo cha da yo
So therefore, Sakya Tenzin is the most very high position of the Lama within the Tibetan Lamas.
de chorang ge kong ma ga re di ni ti di ta so ni ta la lan dor di chi
So this is my answer of the why is a Kuma.
ta sa che gomba de zam di ji ta ngur gomba ngur sa che ge ngur ba gu ji ba ge lor jim dor di chi la yin
So now I'm going to talk about a brief of what is the Ngur lineages and monasteries.
ngur gomba de tang la yo re
So the Ngur Gomba, the main monastery is in Sang region.
ji ga se kong re go
It belongs to the Jikarte.
ta ko gomba dim kang ge lama gam chan la ngur ching do jin chang de ge do
So the founder of the Lama called Ngur Shing Dorji Chang.
kang ge kong ge ming ngoma la kang ga zang bo la pi
So this is the title, but the real name is Kanga Zangpo.
sa cha di ming la ngur la pi yo se re
The place seems like name is the Ngur.
kong ge reng da wo ji na yo re reng ji la yo
Because they are
re ge gang la
on the hill. On Ngoma Maridan.
di mi zin da jo da na yo
If this is mountain, then we here, what do you call?
On the plain,
Huh?
in front of the mountain. In the valley or in the plain in front of the mountain.
Plain the mountain.
On the plateau.
Inside of the hill or mountain.
We'll call it
No, okay. But is it the mountain, the middle of the mountain,
It's in
not
the middle
on
of
the
the
top of the
Okay.
mountain,
It's in the middle of the
basically. Yeah.
middle on the mountain
In the
I didn't know what to use the English.
in the eyebrow of our mountain.
mountain. We got it in the middle.
Yeah.
Under a mountain.
upper
Okay.
mountain
Okay.
yeah.
Ngur means in Tibetan, Ngur means like this. Ngur. Face. The face of the mountain,
Face, there
maybe.
you go.
You can say face of the mountain.
Eyebrows on the face.
Yeah, there you go.
Just about.
We got it.
te kaji ge dan du jer ge mang ji re ma to te la to na gang me ri lam khan yang du
Some people believe that just a name, there's no reason behind.
ko gomba neb je ge ti tun da o to chi tong yu shib je ni shi tar ge lo tam du
So the monastery fund is 1,449.
29
Oh, 29, sorry.
gomba ming da da la ngur e wang chu den la ge du
So the name, exact name is monastery is Ngun Ewang Churdan.
I want you to know the Gumba Gasa, the Zasman that you said, the Jagari Gitani, I want you to get somewhere in the
So the location seems like rectangle, so maybe they think is a sign of the A and 1.
A1.
Yes, A1.
A1. Tandagan to think or Nam Joan and Unica, you better.
Yes. The symbol of the Kalachakra the monograms two sides.
Oh, yeah. Konga Gumba Damni Gini Da, so now the Lamdi Darang chapter.
So after he founded the monastery, he make emphasis on Lamdi teachings.
Just more Gurchen Kurden did the Konotola of Japan, which in Yadam Dungun of Jabachi, do Yena Tina so now the children.
So in general, there's 7 deities, Yidam deities, but they most emphasize on Hevajra.
Konoto Lixola Murchin Gunga Zambogo, Ma Siganago, Japan, and Tadi, Jamba, Sarbak, Gangla, put them to go, no but much on the Sarbak, any much on
Yeah, this monastery is very strict rules, and for instance, you perform rituals or anything, whatever the Murchin Gunga Zampo, whatever the custom, you cannot add any even one verse or reduce any one verse. That kind of strict rules.
Dumbayana, Jatamina, Konsukabla, Jatam, Panda, Sanga, Tabar, Tanjera, Tanda, Tanjera, and Dogiori, Tabar, Tanjera, and Yatomachon.
So as same as the rules and regulations and everything, they never change. It's impossible.
The Najung Gumbaga Chumdang, so pay Tamden, Shikchimbo.
Very strong rules and follow is very strictly.
Gumbaga Choatang, Gumba Rangananga, Likachi Gomkan Jigina, but Lijinimo was the Goro. And that you don't take Koran to a Rangananga Rapto Shonamato, Zangushon, Sunny Rapto Shon, still and Kilim.
So as long as if the authorities of the monastery, if they have to work for the monastery, they have to be ordained by among themselves, and anybody ordained by from outside or any other lamas, they wouldn't accept for these positions.
Murangitawayana, Gelon Shartamato, Gitalon Shartamato, no one over the
So the monastery monks must be ordained monk and pure follow Vinaya. They never accept any kind of ngakpa or that kind of not ordained.
Makes it hard.
Also, if it's not ordained Vinaya ordination, they never allow teach anything at all. So only exception is Sakya Koma. So the family line of the Kon is the exception.
Tani Kamshona Yunkan Gumba so Gunanga Tawa Ngorka Chujina, Yinjing Manigo Willa Yoni, Muranga Dansani, Raptoshon, Lamdi Jana, Konato Kilindu, Tamayan Digado, Konato Tamtafama Marini, Kilimandu.
So any of these regions, the more branch monasteries, the monks first have to come the main monastery, and they ordain there, and they have to receive the lamdi. Otherwise, they wouldn't respect as a pure monk. So as far as you are the more monk in the Kham region, you have 2 responsibilities.
같이 돼서 어느 거라서 남진 그 커서 뭐티나 인증 문이 그 단다 그 뭐를 그 단사들라 지lep고요.
So one responsibility, as same as the Muslims have to go once a lifetime to the pilgrimage, the place I don't know name, Mecca. Mecca. Similarly, they have to come once and the mother monastery.
더니 곰발람 첨버지 지고요.
Also, they have to have some offerings to the monastery.
더니 곰발가 띠나니 람디 지고요.
Then also must be received the lamdi from that monastery.
더니 마 감라용 디기다도 따라 첨부 차송.
Then you go back to the home. Then you become a great monk.
같이도 제가 보고 있는 남신 지.
So same as the Muslims wearing the white hat.
이나 때라 준차당 가게 되고 그리고 김선이 간도 상대요.
So there is some strength and weakness both, I think.
야보다 가리지나 그런 또 드리지 담보지 어디가서 자와 강성 마성다고 당 주반 처리역던 도사 매반다고 당 근데 릭트르도 강연나야 빠르다바 나오는 위나요 빌리소르도 카메랑 랩탑고요. 그런 또 릭트르도 제바지인지 랩탑고요. 저거 때 야고도.
So the strength is they have strict rules, so you cannot influenced by any impure or and then also the customs, everything they like a copy. So exactly from the main monastery to transmit to the other monastery.
근데 준차도 가리지고나 답변나 자와 밤줄 까야민 간지나 야 오야 용야 그 강한도 요리.
So the weakness is if some poor monk difficult to travel to the main monastery.
아니 너희 집에 있나다 추진을 장고 라마 야보 가서 있나 팀든이 시장에 꼬마쳐 봐도 공통 물림이 같이 잡혀요.
And also regardless how great the other traditions, lamas or anybody, they receive anything from there is not counted.
가시그 라마 잠바금든이 랍들송 양야 회라페 드니 타바피 사르도 공통 도발링구 떠나정고요.
So therefore, some of monks they ordained by other great lamas and like that, but they later on have to come to the mother monastery and they have to receive again.
아니 추송조대 사제 공마 인데 된 마인바그 모르금 감보다 소당 차바그 곰바그 말궁금 감보다 당 말궁그 땅아그 감보요레와 추송의 땅의 더랑마도 잠바그 람디 신앙 셰 조금.
So the only Lamdi teaches Sakya Tenzin and his family, and also the monasteries, the great temples they chosen. But anybody else, even they know the Lamdi very well, you're not allowed teaching.
대마그 뭐마 감초라 뱀니 람디어 남간 망체주도 위니 마 땅샤간다고. 단다래 공소 쉬운 거 차니 나오 옛날 감초금 감부 빼면서 본 피바 요나야. 위니 관출 미 받아서 그냥 람디 송초고요.
So that's why before the most of the Lamdi teachings by the sent from Wusang, this and if the Kham region there's a much better composer and much scholar, even they cannot or no authority to teach.
언더니 던다지리.
Traganzan Chaziyat.
저는 제리. 다 민망한 올라야 띵창든 디디 대비요리.
So even this grasping, stabbing is transmitted a little bit in Myanmar tradition as well.
닝마그 머리 반대다 밤마 왕기 잘보 그런 거 라마다서 뭐그 로움 간친 네.
So even Ngwari Pandada Pamawangajaro, his teacher is Ngor Kanchin, Lo Kanchin.
근데 그런 거 자참 지요리.
Pamawanggyalpo.
밤마온 거 고비 참 지요.
Only. So the Pamawanggyalpo, he draw the monastery regulations.
그 닝마가 나라라 돌지작 곰바 침부 뜨는 거 도작 그런 거랑 있는 건데.
So the Nyomas, the big monastery on Dorjichak is follow the custom of the Ngari Bantita.
대한 뭐 참 나오지요.
It's also similar of the very strict rules of the Ngor Sakya's Ngor.
자와 그 장가 있나 양로요 말이 그런도 장가 리장 비가서 라비요. 비가 야보고 마도 장가서면 단당 래.
So they never aroused the numbers of the monks because they saying the most important is quality, not the quantity. So they never arouse the number of monks.
다가지가 추년간 전범 요발이 장랑는 건 도보지 요는데 요데.
So they saying there's hundreds of thousands of listeners rather than they have pure one monk holding purely their lineage. They prefer that.
절단거 돌지다라 나방 용거요리. 나바다 묵사로 같이 마도 지찬이 돌지다 곰바 나그 자와 있나 랍숑 니바르데 인거고요.
So there is some Ngakpas in Dorjitak monastery, but that's exceptional ones. But in generally, all the monks or the practitioners have to be ordained, pure ordained monk in Dorjitak.
뭐마 그 라마 망보도 그 돌지다고 라마 망보 다 그런 좀 듣긴다고 인 단이 디마 사임다고 랑 단이 쳔바 차니 정도 곰비는 그 돈이요.
So if there is some Turkus, first they ordained, but then later on they have their female companions and like that, and they have to leave the monastery.
그 머리 반대다 그 그런 거 떠나 라비요리. 니 르소른도 딱시 점모 지다디 보강견나 담바 상마지요 바금 타마의 인스.
So Ngari Pandita himself said, "This is my custom. Is through the thorough analysis and investigation, the pure monastery is the last one."
가서 니 첨라 머닝 관지요나 돌지다 가다진만 단이 필요한도지 라비요.
If anybody not follow my rules, then is you are not belong to the Dorjitak monastery. You just go away wherever you want to go.
제가 그 돌지다 그 곰바당 다 내가 지정은 남랑 상말라도 없는 팔지 숨겨라지.
Gonlak.
와야.
So Dorjitak perhaps have about 300 monasteries branches if we count all over the world.
네발라 신드니 양 네발 그 히말라야 질라 빼망보.
The Himalayas and Nepal, so forth, there's a lot.
다 공토 가리 랍가리네 출진데 마도 곤락만데 그래 나도 첨라니기요 말. 반응한 나가 듣기요 말.
So, but the main monastery, they're saying they are not our branch monasteries. They are only the lineage of ours, but not a branch of monastery. Because they not follow our rules.
곰바 정그 다 첨라 머닝 관지 있니 정도 그런서 정그 첨지고 또뭐 그런 관지 있니 정도 곰바 잠바도 곤락도 진리 첨보지겠나 때라 공토 그 지금 들어 요리 마도 잠바 그 공토 그 난클 그만 예문데 난다.
So as long as they not follow the rules, then doesn't matter. They consider it not belong to them.
그런또 따박소 또 땀박상 만든 거 마도 나라서 그 어미라서 또 땀박상 만든 요요 마도 강성 마좀 봐 제침보 베르조가 뭐긴
So there is the biggest agenda is aim is purity, not the flourish widely.
도지다 그 실로고 군바도 나라 다 ngakba chimba chulmawa pe must be trip khiba shin ni jang mangbo shong yo.
So the monasteries outside have a lot of ngakpas or great scholars and great practitioners. Many times happened.
그 단살라 파송 니 추셰 셴간요 마.
But they can teach outside, but they not possible go back to mother monastery and teach.
도지다 그 추진 망보지 그 코랑 듣는달라 비요. 나서 가도 심바 종 심바 지나 파 나라 랩탑 그 말이스. 잠바기 추진도 파 가르디네 슌드 그 말이데. 나서 사람 나가 츠탑 그 말이라.
These people's opinion saying other traditions always try to reach more people, but our mother monastery always close the door, and you cannot reach to them. Even if you try to reach to them, and they don't let reach.
다텔라 코랑서 낭커 그자와 지니 띠 드게시에 따당 곰비 낭니 다 자위 낭잔다 위 된 마치과리 마도 실고라 추송조 당 냔조 텔라 강고 시다요.
So this is not reaching means you cannot go in the mother monastery and teaching, or you cannot say I belong to them or anything. But there's no restrictions of teaching all those things.
도진 강나오이나 코랑서라 양 성화가 망가가 망보요리. 군바종나 다 말군나로라. 디 망가도 샤라 로나 지금 된제 곰비나 땅니 디 뭐도 좀이지 마이나 안 하는 거도.
So the Durjeta also they have some very pita instructions, but to receive these pita instructions, even they investigate the person participate in monastery a few years and enter, then they don't give any pita instructions.
단단 군바가 말군한거 다보지니 다요.
Even today, they very strict and remand on that way.
ngorka 당사 대인제로 어떤 거요? ngorka 나오 있나?
So the Sakyas in Ngorgomba, they are changing a little bit.
다니 ngorka 자추도 다나기 랍디가로 자와상나 임바 다 첨담모 임바.
So this is the unique quality of the Ngur, is very pure monks, and the rules are very strict.
전남정거 거랑서 흥학의 지디 강당 강지고나 디 르트르데라 니로시다 탭지미 받는다지.
Therefore, anything about Tantriana, the rules and regulations never changes.
사체되니 허용지 야보지 돈이 어단 그 말았나 그 실로가 송다디 또 뭐잖아 접촉해요 말로.
So if they're not accepted from the mother monastery, cannot transmit any teachings for outside.
또임바그 ngor그 맨나 똘마지고 저제다고 지겠나 오이상니 병이 캄 가와송나 집바팅장인데요. 똘미 가이베 안 절게요 말.
Yeah. Even like one ritual cake, anything they make torma, even this little shape never changes. Everywhere the same.
초반벌당당나 찐크루시암콜라서 상마다 찍바 찍장 멋지고 저나 인지 형도고요.
Well, no matter wherever you do these activities, always just same shape. Everything is like same person made.
Do you believe that it's they became so strict because of the, like, in relation to something? Why did they develop this culture of strict practice? Was it in response to something? Like, in the Nyingma tradition? Why did they choose to go so strict?
Why?
You know what yeah, I'm like wondering why the reaction. It sounds like they're reacting to something. They went to another extreme kind of thing.
So that the Tamuku term that looked to Tambo has a Yojit, Gimsens Yojiris, Gimsente and chicken Jundis injury Samkosi. Gaza.
Jimson the Rangli Sangma Jim Zinjo Tang the Perna Tambrain Gion Jibaji or Jibat Lanjera Matipago, so that was the year.
I could give some yoga. She's on the reaction. She did yoga reactions, Gimson's reactions in
like example, in some stories I see that the Kon family saw the degeneration in the Nyingma, for instance, in Tantra, and that led them to go look for translation, like reacting against the degeneration.
We're not a Sakya Nexar Madame Jogyote, Chignoma, Namaxang, in Damoka. Well, the Thames was the Cassette Miki has to get time to ego, Chete, she's going to go. Reactions did it?
Mulba Lavia, Garan to live so little hacker. Chicatani meat, in the Liatama, meat, Coran to the Tower.
The Martorian, she said, on the go, Nancy, non shukta, and the daughter, Nancy touches on the non trend of suction. Reactions did it was the one to he doesn't think there's any reactions, but it's just they believe this is the most pure and the most superior, so that's why they want to keep that very strictly.
Out of respect for the tradition.
Yeah.
Sakya Noxarman Damia Jimson the older Peridigonago Sangala Tamdramachini Tabena Chamjaya Laswa. Some of the Tamu number Mambo, Chilola, Sang Rajon Magia, and a Mambo Jimtoni, the contingerative labio.
So the Sakya from Nyoma become new translation because there's so many tantric performance like cham dancing, many things in the public, so they thought it's not pure. So they want to choose. They hoped that the new translation more pure. What time now?
It's 12:44.
Oh yeah.
Check on your hazok. Kilakili then go not to get it.
We can go as.
That's such a Sarba door you chuck in. What about the
No, we finish in we live like this Morpa, so now we're going to talk about Sarpa. So in today is Sarpa is very little.
Mama Sakya Lama payment to be touching Buchi or son of Georgia teaching or something.
It's not long ago, there's very great Lama from the Georgia teaching.
Oh,
more Georgia teaching than the Tata Camdojin.
Oh, yeah, Georgia teaching. Oh, that is Georgia teaching only Timothy.
Georgia teaching sometimes he make jokes.
Such a lixur of some lixur of Gina Chacoyore, Zomba, lixur de Gigi.
Zomba. That the concussionary.
Mari, Tanaga, some Gangla, young lixur Jamba, you got Zomba.
In general, there is you can make 4 categories in Sakya. The Morpa, Sarpa, Sakya, and then you can make Zomba.
Congo paid in Yokoyore.
So then Georgia make examples each.
Sakya Jason from yours. Sakya or Yorua, Sakya Rang Yorua. The pay must be going to Kerni.
Oh,
Johnny and do love yours.
so what he said, Sakya you evaluate a lot.
Morpa ngar song la ke yo. Morpa be mo shik chimbu du ka sa ka chap song.
Ngorpa is very strong flourish everywhere.
Sarpa char song la ke yo.
Sarpa char song is Sarpa is finishes disappears.
Zongba zok song la ke yo.
Zongpa is finished. Sarpa char song zok song yashira.
Ade da poke gang la la di da to tenye ka dang dang daw ji shong
When it's
yo.
finishing.
Yes,
when it's
same meaning,
finished.
but different sound. So is matched char and zong.
다 사제 짝 song di da so yang ji dan da se ji yo. Morpa ngar song di nga ni ge da yo wa da poke gang la ning jo ji shong yo.
Yeah, and in Tibetan more
It's
more
finishing.
poetic,
Sarpa's
more poetic.
finishing, yeah.
More poetic with the Sakya Jackson is a similar sound. Ngorpa Ngarson is similar sound. And then Sarpa Charsong and Zongpa Zoksong is similar sound and poem, poetic.
다 jagan dongba gumba chongjong chi yo sa ri.
So there is one monastery belong to the Zongpa in India.
Ni pola gumba chi ni chi yo ri.
Even in Tibet there's maybe few.
Sarpa yang ta nang jin ri. George chi chi po ma to jang yo ma ri.
Sarpa also is similar, only Choje Tichin, but there's no many others.
Morpa dang sarpa nya ki chaban da wo de morpa ge ngana to ge chen nian dang chu ga dang to so la pe ma se bi xia ba de la so de ni do.
The Ngorpa is very emphasized on the instructions and the rituals explanations they emphasize.
sarpa de manga ga ba bi yin de ni manga sa so je ke do.
So the Charpa people believe the very experts for the pit instructions.
Pena lam di song di ge ta do sarbi che che dang na ta na ge morbi che che ni ka ti den da ge yo ma ri.
When they teach in Lamdi, the Ngorpa is teaching and Sarpa teaching a little different way.
Morbi sam che sarbi je che de ri.
Some is the Thomas.
Sa sa ma jan du je je.
Ngorpa is 3 times, Sarpa 4 times teaching.
Repeat.
Oh yeah. Yang che
Over,
yang
over.
che jan du ji.
Yes, repeat.
To receive it, you need to receive it 4 times, basically.
The top job of some top goes over there, and Chedi,
Yang go ru je je.
repeat.
Wow.
Je sam che dang je che de sa cha chi bu lig ma ri ming de ta ga ri ma to te chu jin ma che chi la yong ge yo le.
This repeat it is not only Sakya, that just Sakya did made a name, but other traditions also do.
Jo nang ge che je de yang sam che je ge ri.
So, for instance, Jonang Kangaton shows the 100 teachings also, they do that way.
Ta ni song wan di wa yang je ro je ta de yang chi ba ri ge li ku chong na song wan di wa la
So
che
the-
che ge yo.
The Gelupas, the Gusamaya, yeah? Gusamaya is the 4 commentaries also do this similar way.
Ta nang jing ge nga na to ning ma ge ge nang la mi ya long che tang de yang je che jang ri.
So, for instance, Nyangma's the wardrobe my perfect teacher teaching is 4 repetitive.
Ta cha du je ge yo ma ri da de san ri nang la je che tang ma chang da yo.
It's not repeating verbally, but is one section. Each section has that kind of 4.
4 ways to say it.
Yes.
It's like big, then condensed.
Oh, ri 아, 당 도 di da ku sha ku ja ta.
Yes.
Do ten ji xie yi da.
Yes,
Da
sir.
hui go ni xing zhi da. Nyam ni je ta che la li na man de zhi da. Da da ji di bi chang yo.
For instance, the first brief, then details, and then how you do it, and everything then becomes 4.
Da da chang yo. Da ge char li de la char du chang chang go yo.
Is
Go ni ngam ba de chi chi ma la ba char du yi. Na yin jo go.
okay, Dungomai.
Or char du ngo ma.
Not only that, then Sarpa was a custom. You have to repeat literally have to repeat again from begin to end. So one of the reason is because then you not any broken, missing. So the presenter and receiver both have no any missing pieces. So and then become familiar and stabilize it in your mind. So there are many reasons they tell. So the Tsarpas, the first monastery is 1435. So this monastery, Pambo region, is near close to the Lhasa. Is called Gola. Is big, big mountain to people go. Mountain path. So this La means Tibetan La means I don't know how to say, but between mountains, it's not as high as mountain, and mountain path maybe.
Mountain pass.
Yeah, mountain pass. The mountain pass. It's not huge mountain pass, but it's quite famous because inside sing, people knows through the singing. Inside the sound.
The echoes. Echo. So whenever people travel to Lhasa from Kham regions, when they reach this mountain pass, they feel, oh, we are reached Lhasa. Because they travel for a long way, so and they are really tired, and so everything. So then say, oh, tomorrow we reached the Gola, and then we can sit Lhasa, and then people relaxed.
다른 거 저런 거 골이 register 마도 register 인거 요지라 마도 저런 거 같더니 파송이 다른 거 다가다란 거지 다달라 거
Still there is far away, but they feel that way.
gomban dim칸도 롱돈 십색을 공급다 말이.
The monastery founder is the Rongton Shivshakansik.
Gombi Mingla Nalenda. Nalenda.
This name is Nalenda.
Jagar Nalenda na Ming Chibare.
Sakpa Nalendra same.
De. Sarpa Nalenda Chibare. Georgia teaching Gumbanang la Nalenda la Piore. Georgia Nalenda.
Yes. They all same name.
Nalenda Labiaga Ming the Doyala Yang Shatang Kashindu.
So there's some customs why they choose the name.
Momang Yikikan Toya Jang Tanaching. You get a canning tongue, Yako Martin, Jimaji Conchaga, Gogri, the Stone Digita, Tonja Tomato. Then a Lola carried in the Panchin Sakya, Pola Pebdi, Sakya de la Son in Pambo Nalinda, Della Nalinda Gumbata, Kong, Nalinda Gumbator Nima Pebia, Nalinda Kamotama, and Della Gumbati Jango, Sony Konikatanago, Timundianaris. Takong Sakya Panchin Lamaria, Joya Hoyori. Then other 16 love 10 ni Nalanda Gumbati Jago, the Jajama, Consider person or Sheriff Sasson. T. Just love 10 ni Jima Gumbati Nalanda Tagares, and nothing do.
So there is a saying Panchen Sakya, he went in India, but Nalinda that time destroyed. So no. Panchen Sakya, he did temple in India, Nalinda, but he's the last one. After that is destroyed. So when he came back, then he said, "Oh, we have to build Nalinda in this place." But he didn't have time. He passed away. But later on, people built that reason because he has this aspiration. But they said this is in the text, but he never seen that text. But that kind of saying is exist.
Panjin Sakya Shiri Nalinda Jalak Pemabu Naming.
So Panchen Sakya, he bought many things from the Indian Nalinda.
Tani Humayang Pemabu Chitni, Jagarni Nalinda Shortongari, Puni Nalinda Jago, the other Mabujigana, Yori.
Also, he said he bring many students also from India, and then he said, we lost Nalinda in India, so we have to build Nalinda in Tibet. That is clear, he said.
Jimati Pamu Nalinda, Tanajini, Tenyaki Barkum, Nirvana, Yaboji, Tatokumanduma, Panjin Sakya Shiri Nalinda Jaya, in charges dinner, and that Tumuji water, Yonga.
Yes, this Pambo Nalinda and this Panchen Sakya, his aspiration, connection is not so clear, but definitely he has that intention and aspiration. That's very clear.
So Sakya Shri made the aspiration, and later the Tibetans built it.
No, that kind of connection is not clear.
Okay, that.
Not 100% sure because not seen in the text. But he has this aspiration and intention is very clear.
And I go, Konya Jagarla Pepdita, Nisamlutana, Kong Yang Trap, have in charge of the Yosa.
So in my point of view, when he go to India and he has already have planned to come back to Tibet and do this kind of. So he went to Pakistan and then he passed away from there.
Nalandani Kayong Bagan Gantry or Gendam Dosteka, Anchado and Ganted. I think Gantre Pola Carioni Jayori. Nitam Bagalagal Honsit Carioni Pola Jayori. Koranga di Nalandagum Kambu with Chugunam Chatanta Kerni Pola Jayori.
So because he bought that Gandra, the wooden gong, he bought that from Nalinda to live at Tibet. As well as the ropes of the campo and the begging bowl, everything he bought there. So definitely he has intention to do this. So the wooden gong is very important for the monastic Vinaya system. So for instance, the Chinese emperors, there's the most important, the seal and the letter. So for Vinaya system, when we give to this wooden gong, that means you have the authority to gather in the ordained people. It's not. Yes, it's not only sojong, but it's gathering monks for teaching or anything. Even somebody broke in monastic vow, or for this reason the monks have to gather in and to announce he cannot stay no longer monastery. This means also you can use that wooden gong.
Tani Jima Genin Chimberg, Jala Gumba Ganaloni, Jalachik, Contogum Tondo. Tonga di Parang Yori, Nansan Parang Yori. The part the Garadina, Panji Sakya Jalachaka Sangma, Tatan and Yarni, Dabu Jab, Tokayuki and Tini, Panji Sakya, Lonzi Tanti, you said the Tina Lanyard.
So even Genin Chimber he saw from the Jala monastery that Panji Sakya he kept all these objects there with labors.
Tate Gumba de la Strada Yena, Gumba Chucha Dang Tinang La Jang Horwa, Gumba Togan Ayavian Horwa, Ko Japan Mayambag, Jua Zorta Ida, the Koran Togum Zokan Lola, the Lokaji, the Captain. Tati Jala the Tang Jujan.
Also, is not look like given to them this monastery Jalagomba. It's look like more they kept for him for a while. That kind of.
Did you say Jalu?
Yes, Jala monastery.
Bhutan.
Putun Jalo.
Yes, yes.
Tandiga Panchin Tachimbo Chitang. Kongo Jalak Tandiga Tachimbo Jini, Gombala Tabayana, Gomba Karchak La Tap, Taniam Chopi La Sham, Giabojini, Koran to Tenaji in Yorua. Tenaji Yomari, Koran to Lokajini, Sangmayo Saga Nyarni, Tiganlanda, Kongo Jalak Hedini, and Gana to Mojiga Jalak Chianam, Kuchal Tamata.
Yes. If they given to this monastery, they definitely say, oh, this is given by Panji Shashashir because he's such an important person. So they do that, but instead they labor on saying, oh, this is his object.
Yeah.
So in my reason, he must have intention to come back and build the Nalinda because of that, his intention. So the connection with Sarpa Nalinda is really that reason or not, still need research. He cannot identify.
Sarpa Rongtun Shivja can read the Katak Chimbo Shong Yore, Kinchin Trashi Namjer the Jore, Kong Katak Chimbo Shong Yore, and it's searching Loster Jam to the Katak Chimbo Shong Yore, Concha some good Tipchi Tang, Molam Tang, Zanton Lateni, Sarpa the Shendania Shichimbo Chow.
The Sarpa monastery, the Rongtun Shivja Kanozik, Kinchin Trashi Namjel. Such in Loster Jam. So this tree is become very famous. But I only heard wrong talking.
Oh. Kambu Pijawa in the Roton Martin.
Shama in Nistosin Kariwa.
Such in Loster Jam to Kabla, Sasha Murjala Magnanga, Sertu the Tama, the Gelibina Papel, you are a Kongaluma Mambo, you are a Tosola Papel, me. Sakya Tum Tambo in Bagachu the Tama, the Chujan Jangana Patai Chapchis.
Sakya Loster Jam. So he teaches everywhere the Sakya has strict tense. Also, he teaches entrance meet everywhere.
Well, against rule, like different approach.
Mama Sakya Limandawa, the Gombi Shilola, Anachakome Bagatamiori, the Gini Kongamnigan.
So the Sakya's regional role is you cannot teach outside the wall, but he broke their wall.
Tata Sakya so Koranto yang Lavaji or young Sakya Nyamgundo, just the Della to you young Lapri.
According to Sakya point of view, one of the degeneration of Sakya because of that.
Gelipina la the catch the Lapri.
Even within Gaelic tradition, they say these things.
Toktambo Consola Namsi, Jan Lamana, Namsi Pebum, the GDOs. The Brasilambola Congan and Brasilambo gave she to the Lapri to Conganaja.
Gaelic within
Mari,
Saki.
Taking the Panaja. Tanaja, the Sakya 그 윤으로 놓고 그 소남 당마 겔릭란 코르송 와리 라고요.
So before they have one of the Zambala teaching, they never give anybody. But this Lama gave all the Gelugpas, and so then, therefore, then all the wealth power of the Sakya also went to Gelug. That's also the same.
그 남세리고
Namchi.
남지
Really.
베샤마나.
Zambala Mara.
말이 말.
Namchi is the
베샤마나.
Besharmana, son of the
제친 대우지는 그 시리스.
yeah, this one of the four gardens, not the Zambala, exact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
four direction garden.
yeah.
아.
Direct protector.
tani yang ngombo 그 배범 지요.
Gombobo,
ngombo 그 배범.
Vevam,
어야. 그냥 gel릭과 바나자가.
진짜 저기고.
왜문디나다 공작이 망각 당마 쇼득스네.
이게.
이게.
입자가 상코나.
어네.
There's one of the Gombo,
맞아.
Gombo Mahakala's
망각 쇼득.
the PD instructions, a collection of PD instructions.
또 gel릭라 배니 gel릭도 솔라 지금 잡시 진간다나. 연다가나. 본부 전부도 그 송마망들로
So this is they transferred to Gelug. So and then after that, I believed that Gelugpa has more connections with hierarchy people and more sponsors and much more connections.
내가 마부 거는 그 망가가 지지와 배범데. 마부 거는 르신 말아서 봐. 마부 거. 다양 gel릭 발라나니 gel릭 발가 왕당 친구 작동 될게요.
And there's a Marpol course, which means that three red deities. That teachings also they have transferred Gelugpa, and so therefore Gelugpa's how to say the power and authority becomes water.
닌 갑질 말고 배범되지 소리 양 갑질 미칠 것. 또 gel릭 발라나니 gel릭 발라 tumtum만 보죠.
So then also the Vajavarahi teachings also transmitted to Gelugpa. So after that, Gelugpa has many Mahasiddhas.
Mama de 갑질 마도 사치가 냠린 지니 사치나 로라 즈보 마방은 갑질의 배송은 배망 보용이요.
So before Sakyapa practiced this deity, so they have many, they believed many of Sakyapas into the nirvana with body, not without body, with body. Yeah.
시스니 사치나 용거 매와다 말이 시스안 용거 요래.
Is not later on never had in Sakyapa. It's not. It's still there.
Mama gel릭 나라시다 요사 말이 지마 gel릭 나만 보죠.
So before Gelugpa didn't have done much, but then after has many. So Sakyapa maybe less. Right?
Sakya was very kind. Very kind.
Maybe they have regret now.
지역 설康받침보되니 단다 그 gel릭 발라 설康받지 요래 라마지. 설康바가 호마 지당 지 단다 그 잘리에 급송라고요. 지마 tân 그 망보 잘리에 배송도 시스 사치나 뇽뇽 차다요. gel릭 나 망보 차다요.
Serkamba. So the one of Lama Gelugpa Serkamba, his many disciples become like this, but Sakyapa has less.
임바그 다 망각qab다 뭐 잘바인데
Basically, the Pita instructions treasure is Charpa.
Sarpa quadrilla teni Sakya pe katobo chingi je manga do thangma de gelik dang nyangma dang ta mabu nang la pa chap song yo le. Kwajit tin
Oh,
tang mabu chap song.
As, because of Sarpa, the Sakya was very kind of the strict ones. They make loose and release to transmit the other traditions. Without Sakya, that never happened. Without Sarpa.
Oh, ta tetam chideri.
Okay, we live here.